Let's see a show of hands. Who's interested in cooking? Who's interested in learning new recipes that are delicious and healthy? And who wants to make new friends? Perfect candidates for a community kitchen. Groups of people that get together on a regular basis, share in the preparation, the cooking, most importantly the eating, and of course always the cleanup of a meal. I am Diane Wallace, and I work with the Fresh Choice Kitchens program of the Greater Vancouver Food Bank Society. We are part of the capacity building arm of the food bank, and we promote and support community kitchens province-wide. We run many workshops. We generally take a train-the-trainer model, so for you that are starting these neighborhood food networks, anyone that you're interested in volunteering to run community kitchens or facilitate community kitchens, you can send them our way. We do community kitchen leadership workshops, food safe level 1 courses, fire safety and first aid in the kitchen. We do a number of workshops on food preservation as well. And we're happy to also help you equip your kitchen with donated kitchen equipment. And we give as much as we get, so that's a never-ending source of equipment for you. It is an absolute pleasure today to introduce my friend and colleague, Ian Marcuse, who works with the Grandview Woodland Food Connection. And that started in 2004. And I met Ian shortly after that. He came through and did some trainings with us. And the commercial drive has always been very active in food for those of you that have been around Vancouver for a while. So it made perfect sense to me that that neighborhood would really come together and organize well, and they certainly have under the guidance of Ian Marcuse. He's been an organizer, community organizer for the past 20 years, and he's lived half his life in the commercial drive area. And they really focus on supporting households and families in their area, and I want to get this completely right, dedicated to supporting the health and well-being of those families and households financially struggling in the Grandview Woodland neighborhood by promoting an accessible, just, and sustainable food culture. So I will pass you over to Ian now.
Thank you, Diane. Thanks for all your work too, Diane. It's great work that you're doing. And thanks to the Food Policy Council for inviting me, and I'm thrilled to be here with you all. This is a great showing. So the Grandview Woodland Food Connection is a grassroots neighborhood food network that's been around since about 2006, and we work within the geographical boundaries of Broadway to the waterfront, Clark to Nanaimo in the east side, which has significant levels of poverty and food insecurity. And we are, to a large extent, the creation of the Britannia Community Center, who through the Arts and Culture program at the time, Brenda Racanelli, who is now here and helped organize this event, made sure that there was a home for a community food organization at Britannia, at the heart of the community. Britannia, as host organization, provides the Food Connection with generous in-kind support that's enabled us to more successfully organize in the community, which is the point that I would like to make this evening. And this relationship offers a community food hub model that's easily replicable and sustainable throughout the city. So briefly, I'm going to present a few project examples to demonstrate the many opportunities that this relationship with Britannia affords us. But first, a nod to Britannia as a pioneer in Vancouver's food security movement, when back in 1995, the much-loved Stone Soup Festival with its farmers market, educational tables, celebration was organized to address local food security issues in that neighborhood. 16 years later, we're still celebrating Stone Soup, and in recent years, we've organized food film festivals and a Latin American corn festival as well. And these, whoops. And these festivals are important in reaching out to the broader community and other language groups, thereby fostering inclusion and building new community partnerships. Building on the existing food programs at the center, such as the child care lunches, the Food Connection is actually developing new projects at Britannia by connecting with community residents in new and relevant ways. And these projects are expanding the community center programming, which is something the community centers need to remain sustainable. And the Food Connection, along with food security in general, are pretty much recognized as core programs at Britannia. And in turn, working within the community center affords the Food Connection tremendous benefits that greatly enhance our organizational capacity and our effectiveness in the community. Of course, a very concrete example is access to valuable physical space, like meeting and office space, gymnasium spaces, school classrooms, outdoor garden areas, and kitchen space at no cost. But perhaps most important is the connection to the rich human capacity that exists throughout the center's programming and in the secondary and elementary schools on site. For example, when Provecho, or Spanish for Bon Appetit, was a 2-year intergenerational and cross-cultural cooking project. Elders taught the youth favorite recipes, and together they created a cookbook and digital storytelling project that honors the knowledge of the elders, that builds inclusion and supports social inclusion and teaches the youth healthy eating. And most heartwarming was how proud the elders were and felt about their digital stories, many of whom sent their stories back to family members back in home countries of origins. And you can see some of these stories at our table in the corner here. We worked with the Britannia Senior Center. We worked with the Britannia Latin American Youth Project, Britannia Teen Center, Britannia Secondary School, Multicultural Family Centers, Latin American Senior Center. So the Food Connection, as its name implies, and food programming are effective means for building partnerships and projects where once program silos existed independent of each other. Another very exciting project that we are, I'm going to skip ahead here. Another very exciting project that we're currently working on that is being funded through a Vancouver Greenest City Action Grant is the Britannia Urban Gardens, or BUG project. This project will see 3 large new gardens at the Britannia School where none previously existed, new fruit tree orchards, and school-wide composting. Students are learning everything from design to carpentry to food marketing. And here again, our relationship with Britannia has enabled us to work more easily with the youth within the school, many of whom come from lower income families. The project has already created numerous partnerships, including the UBC Faculty of Land and Food Systems, the UBC School of Community and Regional Planning, Evergreen Foundation, the Co-Design Group, and now at the start of our second year, the Environmental Youth Alliance is teaching food growing with 4 classes twice monthly. Our recent build days saw close to 100 students create a new food garden this fall. The garden club has now grown to 20 students and they meet weekly. Again, expanding, and as well, the garden is providing space for the community center to expand their educational programming and opportunities. So, other programs that we're active in that I'll just mention real quick here. We have bulk buying groups with, We have a bulk buying group with 26 low-income families participating in regular cooking and food preservation workshops, and we run a diabetic-friendly community kitchen, as well as much more. But you can talk to us later about some of these programs and other programs. So that's really just a small taste of some of the food projects that are going on at the community center. And these projects, along with those that meet basic needs, are foundations in a community food hub and community capacity building model that focuses on education, skill building, engagement, and food access. So in conclusion, I really would like to applaud Britannia for its valuable and generous contribution to the Grandview Woodland Food Connection and helping us build a very vibrant food network within our community. Thank you.